With this video, I want to show you how to do the area and how to go through the area calculation and provide the label for area. So to do that, we're going to go over here to the area/layout tab on the ribbon. And then over here under settings, under area panel, under settings here, I'm going to go area defaults. And then this pulls up an area defaults dialog box. And what I want to make sure you do, and what your default is probably going to be different than this, but it should at least show, I would think, acres and square feet. But even if it doesn't, what you can do is you can drag these over. I'll go ahead and remove these right now and just show you how to do it. You come over here, and I want to add the stuff in this area is the fields you want to use. So we want to use the area and the square foot. So I'm going to click on acres here. I want it first. Go add, and then go up here and find square foot. I'm going to add that. Now, if you wanted these in a different order, you can just change this one, move it up or down, and change the order of them. I want acres above and square feet below. So now I'm going to double click here, or I can just go acres and then edit. Double click also should work, and it provides this for you either way. Or you can just click on whichever one you want. In this case, I want to do edit acres and go edit, and it pulls up the same dialog box. Either way is fine. Now, it should default, if you've gone through and previously done your settings, the drawing setup, like we've talked about in previous work, in previous videos, then these should all default correctly. What isn't there, and what I would like you to do is change this so that it says anno-area. That's the text layer name. So everything that's annotation oriented, you can lead it with the word anno, A-N-N-O, for annotation, -area in this case. And now over here into the suffix, it may say something under there. I want to just erase everything, and I want to put spacebar in caps AC, okay, for acres. Now, just to verify, it also should be centered, which is correct. And then over on the far right, precision, I want the acres to be in 4 decimal places. So 0 point and then 4 decimal places. We should be good with this one. And I'm going to click OK. Next one, I'm going to click on square feet, so I can either double click it or go edit. And then again, it should default the same way. Make sure you put the layer name in, anno-area. And then here I want to go spacebar SF in caps for square foot. And the precision on square footage should be set at 0 decimal places. So there's no decimals shown at all. Everything should be fine here with this. I will click OK. Now again, we got the order we want, which is correct. And over here, I want to make sure you check mark use commas and labels. And that'll put a comma. If you have square foot, which often goes over 1,000 square feet, you're going to want to see a comma in there. And then I want to use mtext because it's easier to edit. And it's centered, so it's just going to work easier to use mtext in this case. So I check mark that. The rest of this should be defaulted, but label placement, I want it to be center. That coincides then with it's going to put an insertion node right there at the center of the text, at the top of the text on a multi-line text. And then everything else should be fine here. Now what I want to do is go ahead and save this, and we should save it off. And again, I've set this up so under my Carlson settings, it pops up. Now, when you first do this, you may not have any of these here, so you need to do your own, so you just type it in up there. I'm just going to click on the one I want, which is, I always put my initials in everything that I create. It's going to have my initials on it, so I know that it's not Carlson's defaulted setting, it's my particular setting. So click on that, and it's already probably labeled area label settings.ars. That's already going to be there. Everything's good like I want it to. It's going to end up in the Carlson settings that I want it, the folder that I want it to be in, and then I'm going to click save. So what this allows me to do then, in this case I had it so it wanted to replace it, and so I did replace it. What this allows then is, and this is true of all settings in Carlson, really nice to be able to go ahead and change things and then save it, and the next time I go use it, it's going to use that saved configuration, which is really, really helpful. And then we're going to click OK here. Now, I've got the settings like I want, or I hope I do anyway. If I don't, I can go back and edit it and change it the way I want to. Now I'm going to go over here to actually the area panel again under the area/layout tab on the ribbon. And we're going to go down to area by lines. Now, a couple ways of doing this. One, if you created a polyline for around your area, you could use this one, closed polyline. It needs to be closed. Or you can just click inside that area that it sees a boundary, and it'll work from that. I want to show you how to do area by lines and arcs. So you can pick up any lines. In this case, I'm going to pick these, so I'm just going to do a crossing window here and pick up all three of these lines. So these three here plus the fourth one there. And then I'm going to click up this one here and click on this one here. That's going to constitute the area that I want to have this area calculated in. Hit the enter key. As soon as I do that, it says, goes out and evaluates that, calculates what it is, and shows the label ready to go. Now all I need to do is placement. Now, if it doesn't show the label, it means your lines aren't connected. So somewhere you've got an opening and it won't close out. So you need to fix that first before you come back and do this area item. So now this is right where I want it. Place it there, I zoom up on it, and sure enough, that's exactly what it looks like. And that's exactly what I want it to be. There's a space between these, and everything's formatted like I want it to. Now, I can just make, the next one is just a DT for just a dynamic, what do you call it, single line text. And I want to go use a justification here of center justification, and then the center point of the text, and I'm going to get approximately, it's not going to be exact, so I'm going to have to move it anyway. That's approximately where I want it to go. Now in this case, I want it to be twice as big as my text itself. So my text is coming in at 4, and the way I got that is 0.1 is the text height in paper space, or layout space, 0.1 times 40, which is the scale of my drawing, times 40, so it's going to be 0.4, and then I'm going to go twice as big as that. Or so, excuse me, it's going to be 0.1 times 40, which is 4, and then I'm going to take that and multiply it by 2 because I want this text to be twice as big. So I end up with a text height of 8. So I put 8 enter, and then that's what I want. Now, rotation angle is going to be obviously east or 180 degrees. That's correct by default. Hit the enter key. Now I'm ready to start typing this. So I'm going to go in caps, parcel 1, and then hit the enter key. Now, these are off slightly, so you click on this, there I've got my center node right there, and you'll notice I have a center node there. They're not lined up with each other. So the way I do this is I select here, select the grip, hit the shift right button, and go insert point snap, or insertion point snap, right there, and snap to the center. So now I know those two are at the exact same point. Now I take and move this parcel up, and as long as I have my ortho mode on, it's going to move up vertically exactly where I want. And I want to go a little bit of space here, and it'll be about right there. Now I'm happy with that. Now what I do is I want this put on. I'm going to go back to my home tab here. I want that parcel put on the layer that I've already named, layer named called Anno-Title. And that gives me a bolder text for the parcel 1. This is a slightly less text, slightly thinner text here on the acres and square footage. And there's my label. So it looks just like this one. You can go along and do the same thing with these. Just copy this text here up to the next one, call it parcel 2, and then you'll be able to use and calculate the area from this one as well. And that's how it works.